Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing. The German beauty of the 50s is not only one of the rarest cars in the world, but it also happens to be one of the priciest classics as well, which is understandable considering its timeless design, iconic Gullwing doors, and the characteristic Mercedes DNA. Despite being a decades-old sports car, the 300 SL Gullwing packed 215 horsepower, a power output considered mighty at that time. A grand total of only 1,400 steel body examples were produced, with the aluminum ones tailing far behind at just 24 in total. Packard Panther. Not many people remember Packard, an automaker that excelled through tough times back in the early 20th century. Its marvelous concept, dubbed commonly as Panther, was unveiled in 1953 and was created from the ground up in less than a year. The standout feature of the prototype was its one-piece fiberglass body that was altogether different from the fiberglass concepts of that era. Further, the car featured a remarkable two-tone paint scheme and a stance that perfectly fit with its overall personality. Just 4 Panthers were ever created, which explains why this unique classic can now easily fetch $1 million at an auction. Aston Martin Bulldog. The British automaker is well regarded for its racing pedigree, and it continues to shine to this day. Back in the 1970s, the auto giant took up the ambitious task of making the fastest production car, and the result was nothing short of a surprise. The Bulldog boasted sci-fi looks even at that time, and managed to touch an incredible speed of 191 miles per hour at the same time. The English icon manifested several engineering feats, which makes it desirable to this day. Sadly, initial plans for making 15 to 20 units were scrapped as the supercar was deemed too expensive for mainstream production. Porsche 916. The Stuttgart-based performance car maker has a long tradition of making athletic cars, and the 916 seems to be the pinnacle of its creations back in the 70s. Based on the 914, the one-off hit had many achievements under its belt. It was considerably lighter and thus faster than the 911 of that era, thanks to the use of fiberglass and aluminum. With the 916, Porsche took an altogether different approach and gave it an imposing stance. A grand total of only 11 units were built, with just a single one of them finding its way to the U.S. Phantom Corsair. The quirky car of the late 1930s grabbed the attention of many due to its unique styling and futuristic features. It included electrically operated doors, a feature considered innovative these days. The 6-seating configuration, too, was unusual, with the front row housing 4 occupants and the rear row accommodating only 2 occupants. The rear also provided a beverages cabinet, another amenity that we only found in modern luxury cars. Despite its eye-watering price tag, the car was to be put into production, but the sudden death of its founder shelved all such plans, and only a single example exists to this day. Ferrari 250 Testa Rossa. The Ferrari 250 series needs no introduction, as it's highly regarded by enthusiasts all over the world. The Testa Rossa is the crown jewel of the 250 series, with some of them fetching tens of millions of dollars at auctions. This shouldn't come as a surprise since the Le Mans icon featured many performance-oriented upgrades on top of an already exceptional Ferrari 250 platform. Developed at a speedy pace after the 3.0-liter engine limit imposed by FIA, the Italian marvel became known for its performance and unique silhouette. A total of 33 examples were ever made, with each one having an interesting tale to tell its seasoned enthusiasts.